Bro, thank you for choosing this video. Welcome back to this channel, a haven for Chelsea news updates. So find a comfortable seat and grab a drink, because this time I'm presenting 10 stories about Chelsea off the pitch that you probably didn't know. I hope to reach 300 likes. By liking this video, I'm even more motivated to provide as much news as possible and as interesting as possible for you. And finally, please comment where you're from. I'd love to know which countries are watching this video.
Chelsea are gearing up for a crucial Premier League match against Arsenal. The match will take place on Sunday, March 1st, 2026 at 4:30 p.m. UK time at the Emirates Stadium. This isn't just the London Derby, it's about a top 5 finish and a Champions League spot. Chelsea come into the match under pressure. 2 consecutive draws against Leeds and Burnley have left them vulnerable to being overtaken. Liverpool are lurking, while Manchester United and Aston Villa remain firmly in the lead. 4 dropped points will feel costly, very costly. Historically, Arsenal are the only team to beat Liam Rosenior since he took over as manager. Mikel Arteta's team also eliminated the Blues in the Carabao Cup semi-finals last January. This means there's an emotional rollercoaster of unfinished business. Team news offers some hope. Romeo Lavia has returned to the squad and could get more playing time. However, Marc Cucurella remains sidelined with a hamstring injury. Meanwhile, Reece James is expected to start after being withdrawn early to maintain his fitness. Rosenior emphasized that his captain is crucial and is expected to be fully fit. Arsenal came with a high level of rhythm and confidence. Chelsea brought determination and a hunger to prove themselves. Early predictions were for a 2-1 win for the hosts. But football is more than just numbers on paper. If Chelsea want to keep their Champions League dreams alive, this is the stage. Will they respond to the pressure with character? The debate has heated up again ahead of the London Derby. Paul Merson has publicly stated his preference for Declan Rice over Moises Caicedo, although he still acknowledges the Chelsea midfielder's quality. In his statement, Merson stated that the choice of the world's best midfielders currently boils down to just those 2 names, but ultimately, he simply stated, "I choose Rice," a comment that immediately sparked discussion ahead of this weekend's heated duel between Chelsea and Arsenal. Interestingly, comparing the two is no longer as simple as a £100 million price tag. Caicedo operates as a pure number 6 at Chelsea, focusing on distribution and protecting the backline. Meanwhile, Rice is more often deployed as a box-to-box number 8, a role that gives him more attacking freedom. On paper, these different roles make the comparison biased. But on the pitch, emotion and prestige still speak for themselves. When the whistle blows at the Emirates, who will truly show their class? In a bold move, Chelsea have reached an agreement with Sporting CP to sign young Portuguese talent Giovani Quenda. According to reports and confirmation from Fabrizio Romano, a medical has been completed and the player has agreed to the Blues' long-term project. The transfer fee is said to be in the range of €45 to €50 million, with a 7-year contract running until 2033 with the option to extend. Although he won't officially join until 2026, Quenda is already in London recovering from a metatarsal injury he suffered against Benfica. He is using the elite facilities at Cobham, a rare privilege for players still administratively owned by another club. This decision is more than just a medical. Chelsea want him to adapt quickly to the environment, tempo, and philosophy of the game. This is no ordinary transfer. This is a statement. Chelsea wants to secure his future faster than anyone else. The question is, will Quenda truly become a new star at Stamford Bridge? Positive news arrived ahead of the London Derby. Chelsea were spotted fielding 2 midfielders in open training, raising hopes ahead of this weekend's clash with Arsenal. The spotlight was on Romeo Lavia and Dario ESSUGO. Lavia previously played 45 minutes for the U21 team and was briefly on the first-team bench, but has not returned to action since, suffering a thigh injury in November. Now, his presence in full training is a strong sign that his recovery is progressing according to plan. ESSUGO was also seen training intensively. The young midfielder, signed from Sporting, was said to be close to a January comeback before suffering a setback. The original target was March, and his participation this time suggests he may be ahead of schedule. Interestingly, Wesley Fofana remained involved in training despite serving a one-match suspension. With time running out before the Emirates, could these two names be the tactical surprise that changes the course of the derby? John Terry admitted his frustration after being left out of Chelsea's interim coaching team following his split with Enzo Maresca in early January. At the time, the club appointed under-21 coach Callum McFarlane to lead the senior team during a transitional period. He was assisted by other academy staff before eventually joining Liam Rosenior's coaching staff. Terry's name wasn't on the list. In fact, he had been working as a coaching consultant for the youth team since 2001. "I'm not angry, I'm more frustrated," he said. He felt he should have been part of the group promoted to the first team, even if he wasn't the primary decision maker. Terry emphasized that the decision rests with management. Despite this, he continues to enjoy his role coaching the under-18 and under-21 players. There's disappointment, of course, but beneath that, there's a sense of loyalty that hasn't faded. The question is, will the door one day truly be open to him? The long-awaited news has finally arrived. Chelsea are beginning to see light at the end of the tunnel, as Levi Colwill moves closer to a comeback from a serious knee injury that has sidelined him for months. Liam Rosenior expressed optimism in a calm yet confident tone. He hopes Colwill can return this season. However, he also emphasized that there is no definite deadline. It's not about when he'll return, but how he stays fit afterward, was more or less his message. A modern approach, patient, measured, and without undue pressure. Without Colwill, the back line remains solid. The existing defensive partnership maintains stability, even conceding among the best goals in the league. The defensive system remains in place. But everyone knows that Colwill brings a different dimension. He's not just a defender. He's a game reader, a ball distributor from the back line, and a figure with an infectious calm. Internal reports indicate he's back running on the grass and is comfortable on the ball. The training load is gradually increased. Every response of his knee is monitored in detail. Strength, balance, acceleration. If there are no negative reactions, the intensity is increased again. Everything is done day by day. For some supporters, this process feels like a long one. However, this cautious approach protects the future of both the player and the club. Summer transfer plans are believed to hinge on his fitness. If Colwill returns in peak condition, it would be like a new signing at no extra cost. The fan reaction has been warm. There's longing, hope, and prayers that he'll return stronger. In the dressing room, his presence is believed to boost confidence ahead of the final stretch of the season. Now the question is simple yet profound. If Colwill does return on time, could it be the momentum that changes the course of Chelsea's season? The situation is now clear. Aston Villa have reportedly set a price tag for their star Morgan Rogers, amid interest from 3 Premier League giants. Since joining from Middlesbrough in February 2024 for an initial £8 million, Rogers has emerged as a central figure at Villa Park. This season, he has scored 10 goals and provided 5 assists, a performance that has put him on the radar of Thomas Tuchel's World Cup squad. Although he only extended his contract until 2031, according to several reports, this was more of a token of appreciation and protection for his market value. Pressure from profit and sustainability rules could force Villa to consider a sale if they fail to qualify for the Champions League. 3 clubs are said to be closely monitoring him: Chelsea, Liverpool, and Manchester United. The asking price? Around £80 million. A big figure to be sure, but for a 23-year-old with such influence, will the market reject him? Or will they fight for him? Chelsea is reportedly prepared to spend up to £50 million to sign goalkeeper Robin Roefs in the summer transfer window. Throughout the season, the Blues have continued to rely on Robert Sanchez as their starting goalkeeper. However, a number of crucial errors have led management to reportedly consider a serious evaluation at the end of the season. Roefs himself has been impressive for Sunderland since joining last summer. He played a major role in the newly promoted club's fight for league survival, something that few had previously predicted. His consistent performances have attracted much attention. According to local reports, Sunderland is certainly keen to keep him. However, a substantial offer could change the situation. If this transfer goes through, Sanchez could potentially be released, unwilling to be second choice. This move isn't just about a new goalkeeper, but also signals that Chelsea wants higher standards between the sticks. The question is, will £50 million be enough to secure their future? David Moyes is reportedly keen to bring Liam Delap to Everton if the striker becomes available this summer. Delap hasn't exactly exploded onto the scene with Chelsea. Since arriving at Stamford Bridge, he scored just 2 goals in 25 appearances across all competitions. This situation has given rise to reports that the Blues could consider releasing him, especially if a suitable offer arrives. According to sources close to Moyes, the manager has long admired Delap. Even before the player chose Chelsea, Everton reportedly tried to sign him. With the current forward line considered unconvincing, the opportunity to bring in a new striker is certainly tempting. However, the final decision won't be easy. Liam Rossinier is reportedly reluctant to lose Delap without a genuine replacement in the number 9 position. Now everything depends on the dynamics of the transfer market. If Chelsea opens the door, will Moyes act quickly and make Delap his new project on Merseyside?